you really live out your identity, right? You live out your identity and you live out what's according to your highest values. Okay. If you are struggling to get the right clients, you're probably attracting the wrong type of people.
Yeah. So yeah, this is going to be quite interesting. So like I was telling before, so I've been doing high ticket for the last like 4 years. And yeah, I just have this feeling that I'm selling the wrong thing, even though I've been getting clients. Like I haven't been putting my foot on the gas in terms of marketing myself, promoting, running ads, or just doing outreach, all the things, right? And so clearly there's some sort of block there, because you know, if I wasn't having those blocks, I would be doing the thing, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's going on there? And also my goal now is to make 100K before Christmas, which right now is September the 11th.
Okay.
Well, I'm in Bali, so it's the next day, right?
Yeah. So you have about 3 months. So first thing first is, and you've known me for over 10 plus years. All right. So like we both kind of started in marketing stuff online when we were getting started. So you've also known me to be always, from what I remember, overweight, right? Like
oh yeah, I forgot to mention
overweight, dude. You know, and I'm fine just shooting it straight. Okay. So it's like I've always been fat. And I, not just when I met you, but since I was probably about 15, 16 years, as far as I can remember, like I've always been a little chubby kid growing up, chubby, fat, overweight, super overweight, morbidly obese, whatever, right? Like, but then in the last 6 months, I started training, right? And then in the last 3 months, I've lost over 15, 16 pounds, about 7.5 kilograms, right? And I feel like a completely new person. Like I went and bought new clothes, like medium size, dude, from extra large to large, then to medium. And I remember probably earlier this year, extra large was tight for me, right? Like almost all of the clothes used to be tight for me. So the reason why I share that is because you really live out your identity, right? You live out your identity and you live out what's according to your highest values. So for example, just a few days ago, I had one of my staff members, he comes in and he's also, he's really overweight. And he tells me, how is it that you just shift from one thing to another? And it's like, whatever you do, like you have this intensity and you just drive it forward. And I said, well, look, that 6 months ago, I started going to the gym. Within 3 months, the last 3 months, I came up with this new identity, which is I'm an athlete. What does an athlete do? The discipline. It's like a common thing you're going to hear every single person say, right? It's like every single athlete say, and you're going to say as well, because you have this six pack. Doesn't matter how I feel, I'm going to eat, I'm going to work out, right? Doesn't matter if there's unhealthy food, I choose the healthy option, right? There's always, there's these sayings. So I took on that identity and I was like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And I was actually watching this video by Andrew Tate, right? And I remember something he said, which really stuck with me, right? And he said, the reason why you're fat is because you've had about 1,000 cheeseburgers. And the reason why someone is fit is because they've worked out about 1,000 times in the gym. They've gone to the gym 1,000 times. And if you look at it, one of my, in my background, business-wise, funnels and email marketing is one of the keys of my, business results. Let's just say, right? I've been emailing my list almost 8 years plus consistently, 5 to 7 days a week, nonstop. We don't miss, right? We don't miss. There's emails going out. And what is that? It's an identity. Shaq sends daily emails, right? Now Shaq goes to the gym every single day, 7 days a week, right? Last few years, crypto. Okay. Shaq became a full-time crypto investor. Okay. And then, for some people that follow me, they know I've done okay with that. Because I was able to turn a tiny little amount of money into a life-changing amount of money. again, what is that? It's all identity shifting, right? It's like there's a book called Alter Ego by Todd Herman, right? And he talks about like basically stepping into the identity that you want to create. So when I hear, not just from you, but from clients, hey, I've been struggling to do X, Y, Z, I already know it's an identity thing, right? So think about the person that's making 100K by Christmas. What is the identity that they would have? And I'll go a step further and I'll say, look, Todd Herman wrote this book about alter ego identities, right? So anytime you want to go into an identity, even this thing that you said, this goal, I want to make 100K before Christmas. Is that really something that's going to empower you, push you out of your comfort zone, gets you excited in the morning? Or how about if you changed? And by the way, I have similar goals. Okay, sometimes they're a little bit, bigger. And I will say the same thing. I want to make this much money. And then I have to remind myself, just because I want something doesn't mean I'm going to get it. Right? Because it's like, just because you want 100K everyone wants 100 grand. Everyone wants $100,000 a month, $100,000 a day, whatever the goal is, right? $100,000 a year. Just because you want something doesn't mean you're going to get it. Just like you, because you're a professional, in your space, you've had a six-pack as far as I can remember. That takes a lot of work, right? Like I say to my friends, if you go to Asia, in the UK, there's a guy called Kirk Miller. I think he's a good friend of mine. I think like 13, 14 years, he's never missed a single day of workout, right? So,
wow.
And in Asia, I'd say that you've maintained for so long, right? So that consistency, discipline, intensity needs to be carried out into business. But say if you come along and you're like, okay, I just need to make 100 grand before Christmas. There's so much to unpack there, right? First thing first is, just because you want something doesn't mean you're going to get it. Second thing is, let's break it down. What does it really require? Who do you need to serve and sell to? So you could have one client that will pay you 100K. That's your 100 grand there. I just had a client, literally, she's never met me. She just wired in 100 grand. Literally 100.
That was kind of why I asked the question. Yeah. The 100
and I
grand.
asked her, do you want a payment plan? And she said, no payment plans, because I want to save on my fees. And I said, oh, that's totally fine. She just wired in the full 100K. She didn't ask for a discount. She didn't price negotiate. She didn't ask for extra bonuses. She found out. And literally, I said to her, wow, that's really cool. Why did you just send me that 100? And, she's had a business in the past and then she lost it. And she was kind of starting from scratch again. And she said, well, I've gone through Neil Patel, Alex Hormozi, Russell Brunson, and then you, and I choose you. And I was like, wow, that's flattering. That's flattering. Yeah. Thank you very much. It's because of the identity that I put myself out online, which is my true identity, but I position it as, hey, whatever your issue is when it comes to business, whether you're trying to get to 100 grand, trying to get to 1 million, 10 million and beyond, I can help you because I have the results, right? So you have to get clear on your pricing. Are you going to take one client on for 100K? Are you going to take 10 clients on for 10K? Maybe you take on one client for 50K and then five clients at 10K. So you got to get clear on your pricing. Then you got to get clear on who is it that can afford your products at that price. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If you're having a hard time, you don't have clarity, if you don't like the customers, okay, if you are struggling to get the right clients, you're probably attracting the wrong type of people. Does that make sense? So my trainer at the gym, I go to a high-end, somewhat fancy gym, and the trainer, he shows me a picture of his friend, a guy called Ulysses or something on Instagram. He's got like a few million followers.
Yeah.
Got ripped. He's like, I think he's like 47 or something, but he looks like he's in his 30s. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know him personally, but I know of him.
So this is my trainer's friend. And I said to my trainer, oh my gosh, like Dude, you could do the same thing because my trainer also works at 6, 7 days a week. And I could tell as my trainer's talking to me, he's got all these mental blockages. And then at the end, he's like, and I'm like, look, man, I've lost like 15, 16 pounds, dude. I'll be your first case study and testimonial. And he looks at me and he goes, Shaq, not everyone is like you. They don't commit, and they don't commit for long term. They don't have the intensity. They don't have the drive. They give up too quickly. You're just different. And I was thinking to myself, I try not to get too much business wise with him, but he's obviously personal trainer, is in great shape, works out like 4, 6, 8 hours a day because that's his job. And like as I left, I thought to myself, wow, man, because of your thinking, you're still in a 9 to 5 job. Your friend has a 2-3 million pound mansion in Essex. And I thought to myself, if you were to, and by the way, I did say to him, I said to him, when you're done with PT, when you're done being a personal trainer, you come and find me. Okay. You come and find me because I will help you launch a high ticket offer and so that you can work with less people and get paid a lot more. And he's like, I know, when I'm ready, I'll come to you. I don't know when that's going to be. But the point is this. He doesn't have 10, 20, 50 clients like me because he's in a gym where he's attracting anyone that wants to learn boxing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're in an industry right now and you are, being very direct. You are opening yourself up to anyone and everyone that wants to lose weight or build some muscle. Versus if you targeted 7-figure entrepreneurs. And by the way, I already know there's lots of money in this space. Why? Because I follow some guys on Twitter and that's all they do. They help 7, 8-figure entrepreneurs get lean, have higher performance. Outside of this call, just let me know and I'll have to dig it up and I'll send you the links and you can check out what they're doing. But I know that there's a solid niche for you. It's like who you're talking to, who do you target, and who are you attracting, right? So if you get very clear on what if I only worked with people that are 7 and 8-figure entrepreneurs? Have you thought about that before?
Yeah. So everything you're saying, like I've already thought about it. So this is the thing, right? It's like the block, as I was saying to you before, is there's some sort of block there because I have been coaching that. Like I coached a few 8-figure entrepreneurs already, right?
Okay, so let me ask you this: if you've coached them, have you got testimonials from them?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yes or no, Aaron? Do you have testimonials? Yes or no?
Not from the 8-figure guys, but from some other guys. Yes.
Okay. Well, compile a list of those testimonials and start leading your advertising with those. Right. So look, in my business, about 2 years ago, just before the pandemic, just before I took a long break, I identified, hey, we're getting way too many newbie clients. Okay. So I can help someone go from 250K. If they're at 250, so if they're doing about 20 grand a month to 250K a month. So if they're stuck at 200K a month to 2.5 million a month, which is usually when they would get one of those, 7-figure awards from ClickFunnels, right? I could easily help them scale to 8 figures. And this is usually their goal because once they make the first $1 or $2 million, it's very hard for them to realize that they have a lot of worth and they have something of value, right? So it's easy to make $1 million when you know how. Then you get stuck at $1 million to $2 million. And I realized that's my sweet spot. So instead of me talking to everyone, I just called people out. So I created a funnel and I just called people out and I said, hey, if you're stuck, I'm making $20,000 a month, all the way up to 250K a month. Okay. So if you make 250K, I basically framed it as if you're stuck at 6 figures to low 7 figures per year, and you're the hotshot CEO, I can help you unlock your potential and scale to 8 figures. Does that make sense? If you go to that page and you don't make 250K or 2.5 million or anywhere in that range, nothing that I say in that video will resonate with you Because I'm talking about team, I'm talking about structure, I'm talking about KPIs, right? I'm talking the language, someone that's already there. You know, they're thinking of, they got lucky. They've got massive imposter syndrome. They don't know if they can continue making money because they kind of hustled their way to $1 million. Now they have a bunch of employees and they don't know how to train them, how to hire. They're too scared of letting people go. They're too emotionally attached to the business, to the product. They don't want to change anything. They're too scared of investing in paid traffic, but they have money in the bank account because most of the money that they made usually comes from organic when you make your first $1 million. Does that make sense? So I know all of these things about my ideal prospect. Now my sales videos and my funnels and me or my team, someone that's selling on the phone, they'll be able to identify that very, very quickly. So what you have to do is you have to get very clear on who do you want to attract? Who do you not want to attract? What is the ideal result that they're looking for? And then, you know, when you have these challenges, let's just say, I don't know how to charge people. Okay. Find someone else in your industry that charges a premium amount. So in my industry, there's a guy called Neil Patel. And one of my friends who was here from Dubai, he knows Neil's like right-hand man and he's very close to him. And he's been following Neil for many, many years. And he'll tell me, Shaq, Neil will close like a $5 or $10 million client. So when I think of that, I'm like, wow, there's other people in my industry that are closing $5 to $10 million clients. What the heck is 100K, bro? You understand what I'm saying? Someone who is at 8 figures doing, say, 5, 10 million, say $10 million a year, that has 2 to 3 kids, that's super busy and that's super overweight, right? For them to cut a check for 10 to 30K is not that much money. Okay. And again, one of the reasons why you may feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can charge this or who's the client, go and find the top 5 luxurious gyms in your area. And maybe not even in your area because it's in Bali, right? Everyone's going there, somewhat saving money. It's like a cheap holiday resort. Okay. No offense to anyone that's in Bali, but you know, the difference between going to Dubai and going to Bali, right?
Absolutely.
So the gym I go to, there's a guy and check this. There's a guy in my gym. So in my gym, you can go and get the normal gym membership. It's like nearly $200 a month. All right. Then you can go and get a lounge inside of the gym where you get your own private locker. They do your laundry 3 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever, right? There's like a massage chair. There's like free coffee. You know, it's basically a nice little upsell. Okay. So I go in and I meet this guy. I can't mention his name just in case he watches one of my videos. This guy is in his 50s. He's like nearly twice as big as me. Okay. Tall guy. And he's been telling me that he's been coming to the gym for like 5-6 years. Okay. And he's very open. He'll tell me that he loses weight and then he'll go on these drink benders with his friends, even in his late 50s, and he'll pile on the weight and all that cool stuff. Okay. So I ask him, so a training session would cost maybe 100 quid, okay, 95 pounds or something, right? So let's just say 100 pounds or $100, however you want to say it. He gets 5 sessions a week. And so I worked out, he spends well over 2,000 pounds a month. Okay. So about $2,500 US. Probably more, but let's just keep it whatever, right? 25,000 pounds a year he spends just going to the gym. If he's been going to the gym and he has been going to the gym for the last 5 years, so how much has he spent? Well over 100 grand.
150 grand. It's 30 grand a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the gym has expensive car park, whole bunch of upsells, whatever, right? If you had that client, could you help him?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
You could either, I'm looking at him and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, first of all, you got to fire your trainer because no one should be coming to the gym 5-6 years and not develop new habits. And then I said to him, I said, you're emotionally attached to this trainer, aren't you? And it's like, yeah, I've been with him for so long. And I said, that's why you guys talk too much. Because I see him, right? Like my trainer will freaking make me sweat. And I look across and I'm like, they're just chilling. They're just talking, doing light work. And I told him, and I said, I don't know his trainer personally, but I said, you should find out if that system and that methodology is not working, then you need to find something else and go aggressive on that. And I said, for me, it's been boxing and it's been, my trainer, and maybe you want to consider him or whatever. So in your case, I've just given you a very clear indication of one guy who can clearly afford your services, right? Now, the question is, do you have belief that you can help this person?
Well, yeah, that's what it is, right? It's the belief. It's like, okay, if I believe 1 gazillion % that every single person I can help, like I do believe I can help people, absolutely. But this is the thing, right? It's the understanding what's the result I'm delivering. So is the result, for example, increasing your testosterone? I can absolutely help guys do that. But that's like a byproduct of the whole process, right? Yeah. So what's the actual result? What's the end goal that I'm giving them? Am I coming through? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, figure out, like, what can you do? Can you help lose? Look, I told you, I'm getting confused with the numbers, but let's say I lost 15 pounds. Okay. In 3 months, hopefully in 6 months, that would be 30 pounds. Can you help someone lose 30 pounds in 6 months?
Absolutely. Easy. Yeah. I've done it before.
Yeah. So then you can lead with that. I help busy entrepreneurs lose 30 pounds in 6 months, transform their testosterone level, get better sleep, have more energy so they can perform better in their business and in bed or something, right?
Yeah. And so I asked you, so do you want to lose weight? Like that whole term, lose weight, does that appeal to you, or do you want to get ripped? Do you want to build muscle?
Yeah, I want to get ripped, dude. I mean, why else am I spending 2-3 hours a day in the gym? And again, I got a little bit of momentum because my trainer helped me get a small win, right? And he basically said, when you come to the gym, again, this was the shift for me, right? I see all these machines, I see all these fit people, and naturally, because I'm in, a very competitive business, I'm like always comparing myself. Oh my gosh, that guy's got a 6-pack and I don't even have 1-pack yet, right? And so he said to me, when you come to the gym, the goal, he said, what will really help you is if you just find one thing and you fall in love with that one thing. And for me, out of nowhere, it just became boxing. Right. And I don't spar with people. I spar with him, but I will literally just spend 30 minutes, 60 minutes punching a boxing bag. At the end, I'm feeling so great. Go downstairs, spend maybe 20 minutes doing some chest workouts and some bicep curls or whatever. So in your case, you can help people get results. You have to define and refine your messaging. Who is it that you can help? What's the result that you can get them? What's the offer that you can package up for them? And then ask yourself, where are all these people? So for example, in the UK, the top gyms would be, say, for example, what's it called? Is it called David Lloyd or Craig? Yeah. The Ballantyne's one, David Lloyd one, Third Space is a good one. Okay. What else is there? ultimateperformance.com. Right? They're blowing up all over the place. By the way, they charge around, because I inquired about it, they charge around £6,000, 6,000 or 8,000 pounds for a full 12-week transformation.
Wow. That's a lot.
So, and you go in person and they basically say the reason why they're so unique. I mean, go and check out what they say in their copy, because they are attracting high ticket clients. Does that make sense?
But this is another thing, right? So this is another thing I want to share. So I shared it before at the start, is before the call was recorded. Is this the most value I can provide someone? And I think it's not, because the most value I provide, like I geek out on like human psychology and stuff, like everything you're saying, like I've hired business coaches before and they've said all this stuff, but there's something there that's like, I'm not quite executing. Like I've gotten clients, like you're saying, but I'm not proper on it like all the time. So I'm like, why am I not?
That's because you don't have the discipline to stay focused. That's it.
Hmm.
It's like, dude, what you're just telling me is what majority of clients that will come to us, they will say the same thing. It's just you don't have a big enough goal. I'm like, okay, you have to know the facts, dude. There's only 3% of people that will ever hit 7 figures. So immediately you need to be like, okay, 97% of people aren't going to be posting every single day. They're not going to be showing up every single day. For me to be in the top 3%, I need to show up every day. So you need to be consistent, right? Like the other day, I must have seen an offer that you released on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And I was probably this close to saying, hey, I should consider buying this. Okay. I never saw it ever again from you. And I was like, oh, fine. Like maybe you sold out, maybe you didn't sell out, maybe you're never going to sell it. And it was something like, I'll fly to your house.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, let me ask you this. Did you post that at least 10 times?
Fuck.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, see, this is the value I want, Shaqir.
Like I can tell just from me talking to you and your smile, it's like one of those uncomfortable smiles. Like, damn, he caught me, man. Yeah, like you posted that, and I remember I think I said to my wife, "Hey, I can fly to Bali and spend like I don't know what it was, like 1 or 2 weeks with you in person." I thought, man, this guy's going to kill me if I spend 2 weeks with him. And I thought, that's a great deal. Or, and I thought, if you come to London, I can take you to my fancy gym and we could work out every single day. And then I'll get on with my work, whatever it was. But I never saw that from you ever again. So here's the thing. Now that's an ego issue, right? Oh, I'm going to post once and my shit is so good, bro, they have to buy. If they don't buy, I'm not reminding them again. What are you talking about?
Fuck.
Like, do you understand what I'm saying? For me,
absolutely.
I will post 10 times. Then I will tell my assistant, log into my profile and start posting. Then I'll tell my video guy, go in and post. Okay, because I don't care if you see the same thing and you'll see me. Right now I'm promoting a sales funnel challenge, $7. Okay. Today someone bought it and it went from $7 straight to $6,000. Right? Because I have a few upsells in there. And then he sent me a message saying, do you have any more upsells? I said, of course I have upsells. That's what I do. Okay. I sell stuff. I'm a salesman. I'm a marketer. Again, these are identities that I've taken over. Basics of marketing, dude. The prospect has to see your stuff 7 to 10 times before they make a buying decision. So why are you out there posting once? Oh, where's my phone? Posting once and then thinking, yeah, they ain't buying. They're not interested. What are you talking about? Post that every single day for the next 10 days. After 10 days, let me know, hey, Shaq, that offer sucked. Or Shaq, I've got 3 people that paid me 10 grand now. What do I do? Right? That's a good problem to have. You understand what I'm saying? And
I wasn't aware of that, man.
And again, because
like the frequency of putting out offers.
Because you're looking for validation straight from the get-go because you're looking for approval. Versus if you say, I'm going to post. It doesn't matter if no one's reacting, I'm going to post. And you know what? I'm just going to stay consistent because you need to find joy in the process and not in the actual result. The 100 grand is easy to make if you follow a simple process that's repeatable, consistent, dude. And I don't see you running paid traffic. So all of your stuff is usually organic, right? Which is fine, which is really good. You get to keep more of the money. Then that's fine. Just be consistent with it. Right.
But that's harder to find that's a belief, right?
It's like
as I'm talking to you, I'm like,
I'm telling you this, right? Because it's all a belief, dude. It's all belief that you have grown up with. And, because you've done so much personal development work, there comes a time, bro, where you just need to let go of that shit. You just need to be like, okay, what is it? Dude, I'm not even kidding. My trainer will make me do these workouts, okay? He makes me do these workouts. The other day he said to me, Shaq, you got really good at these two, the foot workout. Okay. I don't even know what they're called. I don't care. As long as I'm doing it and I'm seeing results, I'm going to do it. Okay. So he goes to me, these 2 workouts, you can do them. It's called the L step and the shuffles, right? Like when you shuffle and you do the L step. Then he showed me another one and immediately he goes, but this one's really hard. And I looked at him and in my mind, I'm thinking, no, bro, that's hard for you. It's easy for me. Everything's easy. And he's like, Shaq, I don't know if you can do it. It's really hard. And I'm like, no, it's easy for me. It's easy. In my mind, literally, as he's talking to me, my inner voice is much stronger. I'm like, what's he talking about? I'm trying not to be too egotistical, right? And hopefully this doesn't come across like that. I don't want to come across arrogant or anything. But in my mind, I'm thinking, he has no idea who I am, does he? This stuff is easy for me. Because that's the identity I have, dude. There's not a single workout from what I remember after working out with him that I've said to him, oh, I'm done. I can't do this. Because my identity is, hey, you only have 1 hour with me every single time I see you, say 3 times a week. You need to kill me. I need to feel sick and hate you by the time I leave. That's why that's the language that I have in my head, right? Even when I see other people and the guys are like this big and this, and I'm like, that's fine. That's their own journey. I don't need to compare myself. I'm just, hey, was I fatter 3 months ago? Yeah, I was. How am I looking now? Yeah. You're probably looking at my tiny biceps and be like, Shaq is just a newbie, right? But guess what? I'm good, dude. It's a starting point, right? So I'm comparing myself to myself. Another reason is you have to reduce the amount of information that's coming into you so that you can focus on just your genius zone. You can focus on the things that move the needle. So what are the things that move the needle? Each day, figuring out, hey, are you sending an email to your list? Are you coming up with webinars? Are you making offers? And being consistent with those 3 to 5 activities versus doing the activities that are, low value, low priority, right? The activities that don't immediately generate revenue and don't have high lifetime value. So you making YouTube videos is great because it creates high lifetime value. But what are you doing for immediate money, immediate income activities? And are you consistent with them, right? What if you have like 100 people? By the way, anyone can do this, right? Like start posting on Instagram, start building a small following. You have 50 people, 100 people connect with you, reach out to them. If you don't have the time or the energy, okay, in my case, I can't sit on Facebook every day and message 50 people a day, right? But guess what? I have a team member. So when you get stuck with there's too many things to do, it's not that, because I can tell, because when I talk to you, you're like, yeah, I already know that. If you know that, why are you not implementing? Because it's a who issue. It's not a what I have to do issue. It's a who issue. So when you get stuck, you already know what to do. So then it's not a what issue, is it? It's a who issue. Who can I bring on my team that can come and help me? You see the difference? Who, not how. Who, not what. Because you already know the how. You already know the what. So next time you get stuck, ask yourself, who's the person I can bring on? And don't give me any excuses. I don't have the money. Go find your friend, family, long lost relative, your cousin that you never speak to. Go and ask him and offer him a job. Side hustle, £200 a month. My first 2 employees was £200 a month. They both had degrees fresh out of university. And my pitch to them, because I was struggling, I was like, I need to find an assistant. I need to find someone that can do tech work and help me. And I watched this video by a guy called Vishen Lakiani. And he said, find people that you can paint a vision and they will choose to join the vision and the mission, regardless of the pay, something along those lines. And I thought, this is crazy. I need to come up with a big mission. So I came up with this mission. I can't even remember what it was. And I went and approached 2 people that I used to go. One was my relative and one was a school kid that I used to know, school friend. And I said to them, what's the absolute bare minimum that you need in order to survive? Okay, like your food costs, like your travel costs. And they said basically £200 a month. And I thought, how on earth am I going to afford £400 a month for these 2 guys? I brought them on. Those 2 guys helped me. Anything that I didn't want to do, I wasn't good at, naturally, I would just pass on to them. They helped me hire 2 people in the Philippines. One of those people in the Philippines, 12 years later, she still works for me right now. She does part-time, but she still works for me right now. This was 12, 13 years ago. I was 21, right? So this was, 13 years ago, right? Damn. And so, by the way, with those 2 Filipinos and the 2 staff that I was paying £200 a month, sure, they started making more money, a few grand a month each. But I was able to make my first £1 million. And I was like 23. This was like over 10 years ago. So there's no excuse. And today, dude, you could literally find people that will work for you as intern. When was the last time you posted out a job and ad and said, hey, I'm looking for 5 interns to join me. Marketing, social media, blah, 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 copywriting. Do you have an answer?
I don't do that.
Okay, you don't do that. Like, why? Like, I still do that. So why? I mean, I just stopped probably about 6 months ago. But if I do that, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, I just haven't been thinking like that. Like, because I've been taught to do the thing first, and if I don't do it well, then what's the point in hiring for it?
Okay, let me give you some news. Yeah, my company has built over 1,000-ish funnels. Okay, our funnels go from 10 grand to 50K and more. I've never ever built a funnel from scratch by myself.
Oh wow!
I still struggle to use ClickFunnels. Okay.
Wow, I like that. Hearing that, it's refreshing to hear.
Right, my Facebook ads. The first 2.5 mil that I spent on Facebook ads, we generated over $20 million. Till this day, I have no clue how to run Facebook ads. Who told you? You need to, dude, you just need one thing, even for me. Like, I know one thing. Someone comes in and they're saying they're making 5-10 grand a month and they want to get to 50K a month. Okay, I know what the 3 things are to get to that level. That's it. It's not, oh yeah, this is what you need to be doing every single day. Sure, I understand a few tactical things, but no one's paying me to learn tactical things, right? What they're paying is, do they have confidence in me? I can help them get to a specific result by the time they're done. So an exercise that you can do is write down all of these belief systems. Okay. And I told you one, right? It's like, working out is easy. All right. My next one is getting ripped is easy. Right.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? I've seen you and I've seen my friend Kirk Miller do it, and you guys are super ripped. Well, guess what? It's not that hard. Right. Sure. Does it take hard work? Yes. I'm spending hours in the gym. I've never done that in my life. It's fine. I'll pay the price. But if one person can do it, so can I. Do you know people that have similar results to you, right? That are charging a lot more than you and making a lot more money? Okay, find out who they are and surround yourself with those people, right? So each day, even in my email inbox, I don't really check emails anymore. I'm kind of like, I just don't, because I have like 1 or 2 other people that will manage it. But every now and then I'll go in and I'll find the emails from, say, Ty Lopez or people that are in my industry, right? And I'll just review a few of those. And if I find myself comparing myself, I'll just cut it off. I'll just hit the unsubscribe button. It's not worth the mental energy, because I can put that into building my business. So even on a day-to-day basis, ask yourself, where is your mental energy going? And do an audit, right? Do an audit. If you're scrolling on other people's Instagram, that's a $10 per hour activity. If you have, and this is for people listening, if you already know you suffer and you have challenges with self-confidence, lack of self-esteem, maybe you feel like you don't look good, you don't sound good. All of these things I went through, by the way. Well, guess what? That's not a $10 per hour activity anymore. That's a minus $100 per hour activity. Why? Because it affects your mental state. How do you get rid of it? Delete it. Get rid of it. Don't check Instagram. Don't check Facebook. Don't check YouTube. So now what happens when you do that? Now you have clarity in your mind. Hey, I have this. And you should do this, right? Do this exercise. I'm doing it again. And I do this every, I'd say probably once a year or something. I'm about to do it again. And I said to my, video guy, Mikey, I said, Mikey, we need to write down the top 30 stories that I've experienced. Okay, I've come through. Whether it's making money, losing money, whatever, right? Because that is what gives me a unique advantage over everyone else, right? So imagine you had the same business success as me. You don't have the personal stories like me, right? So that's what makes me unique. You don't have my unique stories. You don't have my unique experiences. You probably don't have my unique connections and networks. Okay, so guess what? I'm very different to you in that regard. And you will have that. you will have that in your own life. But what happens is when you write it out, you're like, oh my gosh. Because I remember you when you made your first 6 figures, right? And I also remember you when you were balling out of control and living the life, traveling around the world. I remember you, right? I remember it very clear. I remember that you used to spend time with a certain individual who's from Thailand, who was a gifted, unique, almost weird mentor. And I should always think to myself, wow, Aaron is so lucky he gets to spend time with this gentleman, right? Well, guess what? I know you had so many lessons from him. Those things make you unique. So you take what makes you unique, you figure out what is your passion, what can you help people do, you create an offer, you make the offer much more valuable than it is. Okay, so not just like, oh, I help you lose this much, but you could say, hey, I help you get ripped in 12 weeks or less using my Alpha Shred methodology. By the way, here's 5 extra bonuses that you're going to get. I'm going to show you how to look good in front of a camera, even if you have no confidence. Number 2, I'm going to show you how to dramatically increase your testosterone, but by not taking any supplements or any magic pills and potions. Number 3, I'm going to show you how to have energy to perform better in XYZ area of your life. Number 4, I'm going to give you a list of the top 5 supplements I've found after researching 100 plus supplements. Number 5, I'm going to give you a nutritious step-by-step meal plan that's going to eliminate any of the busy work for you, so you don't have to worry about making your own food. I know what it feels like to be a busy entrepreneur, and I want to give you that edge that your competitors have over you. Give me just 3 months and I'll show you a proven, safe, fun, easier way than what you've been currently doing. Does that make sense? Dude, that's the angle I would go for, man. And then I would find all the people that are already customers of your products. Okay, so for example, when I used to, I remember one of my friends, Mike Dillard, right? He wrote this book called Magnetic Sponsoring. And in the book, he talked about the best person to sell an MLM network marketing program is someone that's already in the MLM network marketing space. Okay, the reason why I can sell funnels and high-level coaching so easily and effortlessly and, have a business that does pretty good numbers on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, even on a daily basis, is very simple. I only go after the people that already know what these things are. Do you get it? Okay. I met someone the other day and he's like, can you explain to me what funnels is? And I was like, no, man, I don't care. He drives a Ferrari. I'm like, I don't really know if I want to explain. Right. And I said, hey, if you watch this video on funnels.com, someone from my team is going to give you a call. Just book a call. I can't do that because for me, that's a low priority, low value activity. And if you do enough low value activities, you will have low self-esteem. You will have low confidence. If you start focusing on high level activities, if you start the day, just like, you start the day in the gym, now you're like, I'm strong, right? Like I feel strong every time every day I start the morning off after prayer, I go straight to the gym. So every day I'm feeling strong. Now imagine in your business, every day you come out and bang, you make offers. You make offers every single day. Guess what happens? Most people will say, no, that's fine. You don't care about most people. You're only looking for one client each day at 10 grand. That's your 300 grand a month, bro. What are you aiming for? Know very well, you're not going to be right for everyone. Okay. Just snap up your phone each day. Each day, snap your phone out. All right. And then have something, have a little pitch that you make up. Hey, here's who I am. If you're new to me, how long does it take? What's up, you guys? I'm here doing a great interview with my man, Aaron Darko, founder of alphashred.com. That's the site, right?
Alpha Shredding, but healthmastery.com.
After alphashredding.com. And listen, you guys, if you're watching this and you don't have what we call a high converting sales funnel in your business, that's going to help you attract better quality leads and clients, that automates your marketing for you, then my company, funnels.com, there you go, funnels.com, we are taking on a handful of people this month. I think we're going to take on about 15 people this month, and we're going to help you identify a winning niche, create a winning offer, and then install these proven, done for you funnels in your business. So in the next 3 months, you can have your own high ticket offer launching. Without going in too much detail, I've put together a free case study right now. It's about 20 minutes long, and it shows you exactly what you need to be doing. Okay, the 4 steps that I use to enroll high ticket clients. Swipe up right now or click the link, funnels.com, go to it, and then book a call. I'll see you guys there. All right, there you go. Simple like that. Mikey, there you go, Aaron. And guess what? If no one buys, I'm okay. I have another shot tomorrow or maybe later this evening. And that's what you have to do, dude. You have to be consistent in your promotion. Okay. And here's the thing, just so I know, let me share with you. When you feel like it's too much work, you just haven't built the discipline of doing it.
That's a good point. That's a good tip.
Right? It's like, I'm going to do this regardless if anyone buys or not. And that's okay. The guy that bought a program from me today, he paid me $6,000, plus he bought a bunch of the upsells. He bought my sales funnels challenge. It's a $7 offer. I think he bought like $97, $297, whatever. Then he tried to buy the 6K program. And he sent an email to my customer support team saying, hey, do you have a monthly option, this and that? And I said, hey. And then he said, hey, but I can pay in crypto. I said, pay the full amount in crypto, $6,000. As soon as he pays, he's asking me, is there any more upsells? Okay. But guess what? The last maybe 20 people that bought the $7 challenge, they didn't buy the 6K program. So you think I'm feeling rejected that they all said no to my 6K program? No. I'm still going to do what I have to do. I'm still going to post regardless if it's one person or 100 people. And guess what? The people that are going to be most interested, they'll keep following you. In fact, they want to funnel hack you. They'll want to see what is it that you sell. And you have already got results. If you don't have results, then I would have a different conversation with you. But you already have those results. So you need to share those results every single day. You know what's crazy about the guy that bought today? He said to me, I met you in Singapore, which would have been easily probably 4 or 5 years ago. So why hasn't he bought from me 4 or 5 years ago or over the last 4 years? Because I keep posting. You understand? The process, you have to ask yourself each day, you have an offer, great job. How many people are seeing that offer? Just simple math, bro. Simple math.
They have to be targeted though, right?
Don't worry about targeting. Just for now, are you even making the offer? If you start too much and like, oh yeah, but I need the perfect client. Oh man, come on, dude. You'll be lucky. You should count yourself lucky if someone responds to you. Don't think to yourself, oh, I need to go find that perfect avatar. That all of those things come after a while, right? Now you just need to get some momentum. You need to build some confidence in yourself. You need to get yourself a little quick win. Get yourself a 10 grand sale, 20K sale. Get yourself some breathing room, right? So then you're not only focused on money, but you're focused on, hey, what if I actually help these people get results? One of the sales guys, he sided with me. And he's like, I just want to make commissions, blah, blah. And I got him on the phone. I said, okay, let me explain to you how this works. Okay. Just because you want something, no one cares. The market doesn't care what you want. The market only cares what you can give to them. So let me make your life much more easier. I said, how much is your goal, dream goal? He said, I want to make 20 grand a month. He's an aggressive looking sales guy. He's really friendly, very sweet, but he looks very aggressive, right? He's got that Grant Cardone vibe to him. And so he goes, I want to make 20 grand a month. I said, okay, so then you have to help me make 200K a month, which is not that hard because I sell high ticket stuff. He's like, yeah. I said, what you need is just 7 clients. You need 5 people to pay me 20K, which is 100K. And you need only 2 people to pay me 50K each. That's 200 grand a month. Very easy. I've done this plenty of times. You can do this. He's like, what? Huh? I'm like, yeah, you don't need to focus on low ticket products. You're selling 2 people at 50K and 5 people at 20K. So you need to just help 7 people. He's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I said, you need to just go to Facebook, connect with the right people, and you just need to help 7 people get started with funnels.com. That's it. The sales process is there. We have team of closers. We have offers, whatever. I said, your focus has to shift to, you need to just help 7 people this month. Right? And you've heard of this. If you help others get what they want, you're going to get what you want. So 100 grand is very good as a goal before Christmas. It's only like 30 grand a month, which, it's only 3 sales a month, dude. And if you've made sales in the past, ask yourself, what did you do to make that sale? Write it out in a Google Doc. That's your process of getting one sale.
Yeah. So what you talk about, the guy that he known you in Singapore for 5 years. So I had a guy, he knows you. I think he met you at the event where I met you. And so he's known me for that long. And he only just bought because I put an offer out and on my birthday, and he bought that. And I was like, wow, he's been following me for that long. And he only bought from me now, 12 years later.
Yeah, dude. You can never underestimate the power of posting consistently. That's how you'll see. Even my content is I don't even do much of the posting because I want to focus on, for me, high leverage things. And so I'm always like, I don't like social media and this and that, but I get it. It's where my customers hang out. So I'll post if you follow me, you'll see when I'm in the gym, I'll post stuff, but then the rest of the posting is usually done for my team. Okay. So I've instructed them very clearly. What you do is you post 1 to 2 testimonials every single day. Okay. Some of these testimonials are 5 years old. Some of them are new. One came in yesterday or the day before. The guy made $10 million. He's got 3 Lamborghinis, right? The thing is, I know when people watch that, only a few people will be interested in my mentorship because it's expensive, right? I'm still going to post it. You got to use every single resource and allocate those resources the best of your ability.
So with the offers, so that I'm hearing a few things. So it's the selling mindset, right? It's like, there's a reason why I don't make offers. Why don't I make offers?
Because you're scared
in
of
your
rejection.
experience.
Because you're scared of rejection. You're scared if someone's going to say no and you take it too personally. And that can come down to having low self-esteem, low confidence. And again, dude, you wanted to be direct. You wanted me to be direct. You could look really good on the outside. Like some of my friends look up to you. They're like, Aaron is still so consistent, man, and they met you at live events and stuff. And that's the thing, dude, right? Like you can look good, which you do, and you can have a 6-pack and be fully shredded. But then if you don't understand the basics of business and marketing and selling, then you're going to have an issue, right? And the basics of marketing and selling is simple things, dude. Every single thing needs to have a call to action. You need to brand yourself as the person that can help someone achieve one result or many results, but start with one, right? You need to make sure that you send out your offers 7-10 times so that someone can get familiar with your stuff, right? The first time I tried to pitch you a 10 grand funnel, you're going to call it a scam. Second time I tried to call you, sell you a funnel, you're going to be like, you know what? I can get a cheaper funnel done somewhere else. The third time I'm going to try to sell you a funnel, you're going to be like, yeah, I don't even need a funnel. Fourth time, I'm still educating you. Fifth time, I tell you a personal story of how I built my business on websites, and then I use funnels, and now my life has changed. 6, 7, where am I? On 7th reason, I'll say, hey, here's how I changed my family's life. 8th reason, hey, there's a guy called Aaron Darko. I helped him with his funnels. Look at the results. Now you're like, you know what? I never liked Shaq anyway, but I like this guy, Aaron, and I'm going to buy because of Aaron. And now they buy. Does that make sense? So, dude, it's like if you make the offers and you make it consistently, people will come and buy. If you get too attached, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're going to say, of course, people are going to say no, bro. Who do you think you are? Of course, people, your job is to get many people to say no and then slowly get them to turn around. Let's just say I've had 10,000 clients, 10,000 people that have pulled out their credit card and bought something from me. Okay, well, I generated over 1 million subscribers in the last 10 years. And I focused on email, right? Different people focus on different channels. Now I'm going to be focusing on YouTube. That's why I'm going to be pushing out lots of content on YouTube. But let's just say for the last 10 years, I've been focused on email marketing. So that means 990,000 people gave me their email address and didn't bother buying anything. Okay. You think I'm going to stop what I'm doing? You think I'm going to give up? No, dude. Right? And here's the thing. It's like at different stages of your life, you're going to have different things that will drive you. So maybe it's pain. Maybe it's pleasure. Maybe you want to impact people. Maybe you just want to make money for yourself. That's fine. Whatever the motivation is, right? But keep that at your forefront. Like when I have my phone, I have my goals written on my phone. When I wake up, there's sticky notes all over my computer. I got sticky notes everywhere that I look. I've got my goals planted. Keeps me focused, man. Keeps me on the straight path, right? If you now start telling me about properties in Bali, it doesn't even resonate with me. I'm like, okay, cool. Good to know, man. Keep it up. I have no interest. Just because if I start dedicating myself to 5 different things, my focus is now scattered. Right? So I hope this is making sense to you, Aaron. And this is your chance right now. So whatever you have, ask me and I will help you. Okay?
Yeah, I'm just listening because obviously I'm not in your situation. So I've got to listen, right? I'm just soaking up all the knowledge, man. And yeah, wow. I could listen to you all day, man. It's like, first of all, it's the not making offers. And then it's the actual offer. What is the offer? And then it's getting over my, because I'd sell high ticket, but I don't sell like that much. I've never sold 10K for 3 months because my price point is not that high. It's high, but it's not that high.
Okay. So let me ask you this now. Yeah. Imagine there's a guy that comes along. Let's call him Greg. Greg is 30 pounds overweight. He makes, 7 figures a year. Let's just keep it low, $1 million a year. He's got 5 different options of who to learn from. In your mind, when you look at those 5 options, you have to justify why it's still good to work with you. Okay. Did you hear what I said about the lady that just paid me 100 grand? She compared me to Alex Hormozi, who's doing 100 million a year, Russell Brunson, who's doing 120 million a year recurring, okay, and Neil Patel, who runs $100 million company per year. So she's gone on and compared me to people that make 9 figures a year to companies that they have companies worth, say, valued at $1 billion. But she still chose to deal with me. Why? Because she realized I can give her that one-on-one attention that she needs. Now, let's say Greg comes along and Greg has tried every single weight loss tablet, pill, potion, coaching program under the sun. And he spent 5 grand there, 2 grand there, and he's bought all the supplements, all the Kino body stuff, everything under the sun. But now he's just looking for someone that's willing to give him one-on-one attention for the next 6 months, maybe 12 months. If he comes to you and he says, I want your coaching for the next 12 months, how much are you going to charge him, Aaron?
25 grand.
25 grand. You should have that written out, because if you came to me today, and I've known you for over a decade, but if you came to me and you said, Shaq, I have 100K to invest. Where do I plant that? I will send you my sales letter, and my sales letter breaks down everything you get if you pay me 100K. If you pay me 250K, I have it nicely broken down. You understand what I'm saying? It's out there. Okay. Today, one of the kids that works with me, did you close the sale? Second call booked. Okay. He called me and he said, the offer that we're 50-50 partners on this agency. It's around TikTok. Okay. Do I know anything about TikTok, Aaron? No, I don't. Do my TikTok suck? Yes, they do. They don't get 2,000 views or 20,000 views. They get 200 views. Do I stop posting? No, I don't. So our average order value for that offer is what? 16K over 3 months. 16K. Okay. Low ticket stuff. I don't like low ticket. Okay. Cheap stuff. He calls me and he says, I think I got someone who's a potential 75K. Right? I said, if you lead with this is a 75K offer, no one's buying. But if you lead with, hey, the price of this program is valued at $10,000. No, we sell it for $10,000 a month. 120K for the year. 12-month commitment. But if you pay in full, we'll let you have it for 75K paid up front. Then I said to him, whoever the person is, you need to justify why it's worth 5 to 10 times the price.
Yeah. So how do you do that?
How you do that is you tell them, hey, listen, if you try to do this yourself, you'd have to hire at least 6 different people. If you hired 6 people, it would cost you $4,000 a month for 6 people on average. That's $24,000 a month. That's going to cost you. That's over $250,000 a year just there. By the way, most people that try to do this by themselves, they lose money because they make these 3 critical mistakes. They do, whatever the mistakes is, they look at what everyone else is doing and they're doing it. Second, they get locked in even when they're not getting results because they've seen someone else do it. And sometimes it's an outdated strategy. Number 3, they don't have someone that's going to course correct them. You should be taking notes here, by the way. Okay. Does that make sense? When you invest in my program today, $30,000 is a lot of money. I totally respect that. But let me tell you, it will save you the next 3 to 5 years of you trying to lose weight by yourself. By the way, how many years have you tried losing weight?
5.
Yeah. What do you think that's cost you?
A lot. Yes. Yeah. And then that's what I do. I was like, how much money do you think you spent in the last 5 years trying to fix this?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, I spent probably like 50 grand. Yeah.
You want to become very numbers driven, right? So for example, if you want to make 100 grand a month, 100 grand in 3 months.
A month. Yeah. That's the goal. No, the business goal.
Then it's easy, bro. It's 10 sales at 10 grand, right? So it's only
sell 10 grand.
10 sales, months. 10 grand. That's it. Don't work with anyone that can't afford it. Right. So for example, the guy that paid me 6 grand today, I made it very clear. You just bought a digital course. You don't get one-on-one with me. Okay. That starts at 18 to 20K.
Damn.
Very clear. Okay. Very clear. Like, by the way, you can't afford myself. Don't worry, bro. I'm not for you. Why do you have to help everyone lose weight and get into? No, that's your free advice.
That's another thing. Yeah. I've had this belief of like, I need to help everyone. There's so many people that I know. I can help all these people.
Yeah. I have quite a few doctors that come and join my programs. And I tell them, because they're like, sometimes a GP, general practitioner. So they do like, but they're like, but we just want to help people. I'm like, but why did you buy my program? They're like, oh, I want to make money. I'm like, okay. So it's like, you can make money and help people, but you can just choose to help the right people for some time. If you now had 1 million subs on YouTube, you had $5 million cash in the bank. Dude, now you can go and sell $7 products, bro. You know what I mean? Now you can go spend time writing a book, but take care of yourself first so you can operate from a place of abundance, not scarcity. Right?
Facts. Yeah, 100%.
You know, and how do you get abundant? Go and stash 100 grand in your bank account and wake up with 100 grand and keep it in there for a while. Just get used to it. Don't go out splashing money. Right? 100K a month, 10 sales a month is 2.5 people, 0.5 people, find half a person. Let's say it's 3 people a week that you have to help. Okay. So even if you're bad at sales, you should be able to close 10%. So what does that mean? That means you need to generate 30 applications, booked calls every single week. Let's say you work 5 days a week. You should be working 7 days a week. But let's say you work only 5 days a week. 30 divided by 5, 6 booked calls a day. That's it. That's your KPI. Whatever happens, you need to get 6 booked calls a day. If you don't get 6 booked calls a day, you're just dreaming in La La Land. You'll never get to 100K a month. What do you have to do to get 6 booked
with that model? With that model. This is the thing. I've been going through, I've done all the, like, I'm so attached to this model of.
What's the model?
Like the whole, like, I need to get calls booked. I need to message, DM. I'm just like, I don't want to do that to make money. Like, I want to do other things to make money.
Now remember what I said. Okay, so let me explain to you.
Yeah.
Ismail is 23 years old. Okay, his agency that I own with him, we just launched it 2 months ago. How much are you going to do this month? First 10 days, he's collected 30K. Watch this. How much do you forecast this month? Okay, inshallah. 150K is the goal for this month. Okay, now watch this. How many emails a day do you send out? Okay, 1,000 to 1,200 emails he sends out every day. Do I even know what those emails are? Do I ever ask you, can I look at those emails? Have I ever sent one of those emails? No. Why? I know what needs to be done. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to do it, right? So Mikey, I tell my guy, Mikey, I say, Mikey, when I'm on Instagram, sometimes I get distracted, okay? So I used to get distracted by other entrepreneurs. Then I used to get distracted by cars and watches. Now I get distracted by guys with six-pack like you. This is not good for my mental health. Okay, because I'm like in the gym trying to lose 10 more pounds and I see Gregor Gallagher and every single other keto body guy or keno body guy. I see all of these guys and they have the most perfect six-pack or eight-pack or whatever they have. Then I have to remind myself that's been their life for the last 10 years. Then I have to remind myself, don't use this platform. Then I ask myself, but I need the job done. Who can do it for me? Mikey can do it. He can go into my Instagram and post every day. Yes or no? The agency that I just told you about, we set it up probably less than 2 months ago. It specializes in TikToks, right? So I have no idea about TikTok. I don't necessarily care about TikTok. I know my content gets posted on TikTok and that's fine because we're trying to grow there, whatever. But this guy here next to me is sending out 1,000 to 1,200 emails a day. Do you send them out yourself or do you outsource it? He outsources it. That means he doesn't like doing it either. So he knows what to do. The challenge is who can come in and do it.
Yeah, that's been my challenge. Like, I haven't figured that out.
So what you have to remember as well, your current income is dictated by how much problems you are able to solve for yourself and for other people. That's it. So now that means you kind of suck at solving problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the truth. The reality is you've solved probably one of the top 3 hardest challenges in life, which is getting a six-pack. Okay, what does it require? Discipline, consistency, patience, progress, momentum. You write all those things out and then you ask yourself, what can I do in my business right now that's going to get me momentum? Right? What can I do to go and get small wins in my business? Fire away.
That's another limiting belief, though, because my transformation isn't that good. I remember I was in Hong Kong and I showed this guy my transformation, and he was like, "Dude, I want to look like your before photo." And I'm like, "Oh fuck."
Now you're just choosing and picking, dude. Now you're just choosing and picking too much. So if you choose and pick too much, it usually means that you're trying to focus on perfectionism, right? And then you haven't understood the basics of marketing and selling online, which is progress over perfectionism. Nothing has to be perfect. This video is not perfect. I think there's like a slight delay and lag. That's why I'm talking. And then I have to wait a second for you to talk back. Okay. Doesn't mean I'm going to be holding on to this video. It's still getting published. Like, I don't care. It's still getting published. Right. So if you attach yourself to every single person, then you take everything too personally. If you detach yourself, now you're focused on the process. I'm going to enjoy doing what I'm doing. Regardless, I'm going to publish this video. Whether it gets 1 view, 100 views, or 1,000 views, I'm okay. Because guess what? Tomorrow I'm planning to do another video.
How do you get 6 calls booked a day?
Either organic or paid. So identify
with organic.
Organic, publish content, reach out to other people that have your audience, connect with them. So about 2 weeks ago, not 2 weeks ago, maybe over just a little bit under 2 months ago, I saw a guy on YouTube, just like people are watching this interview. I saw a guy on YouTube and he was talking about how he's getting thousands of customers at a low ticket price point. So I messaged him. He didn't respond. I messaged him like 3 times. He didn't respond. I found someone that's mutual friends with him. I messaged him. I said, do you know this person? He said, yeah. I said, can you do a personal introduction with me? Yes. I said, can you get him on a Zoom call with me? Yes. Got him on a Zoom call, learned about what he does, told him how I can help him. Within a span of maybe 2 weeks, he sent me 100 new customers.
Wow.
Okay. How much did that cost me? 0. Creativity? Yes. Time spent, a little bit, following up, whatnot. 100 customers. What do you think is in my head right now? Where do I go and get 20 of these guys so I can get 2,000 customers for free? 2,000 customers. Let's be very low ball. If each person is worth $1,000, how much is that worth to me?
2 mil.
2 mil. And that's only on the front end, bro. So that means if I do a 5x on the back end, which is why I usually tend to do 5x plus, maybe sometimes 10x, but conservatively, if I did a 5x over a period of 12 months, that would be around $10 million. I'm like, guess what I'm doing right now? I went back to the same guy and I said, hey, you remember you introduced me to that guy? He goes, yeah. I said, can you do that? But this time go very aggressive. He goes, yeah. And I already told him, I said, find out all those 100 people that you interviewed and reach out to all 100 of them. And he went, 100? Why do I say 100? Because I know instantly 80 people will say no, they'll reject it. They won't even open my emails. But if I get 20 JVs, that's 2,000 customers, Aaron. That's worth $2 million to $10 million for me. All organic, no fancy stuff. So when you get stuck for customers, ask yourself, who already has my best customers? Every time you do an interview, I see you start doing interviews. I've probably seen 1 or 2 of them. At the end of the interview, follow up with the person that you just interviewed and ask him, hey, can I help you in XYZ area? Hey, maybe you don't need my help right now. Do you know 1 to 3 people that you can recommend me to, intro me to?
Yeah, I never do that. I don't ask for things. That's another issue.
Aaron, that's why you're not making no money, bro. You understand what I'm saying? You don't ask for things. So how are you expecting to make money? Right. And again, like I said, some of these things are beliefs. Some of it's ego. I'm so good. People should come and do business with me. No, you have to go and earn it. Right. Just like in the gym, dude, you have to go and earn it. Right. If I go to the gym and I don't break a sweat and I don't feel like I worked, I will spend an extra 30 minutes to go and get that sweat that I need to break.
That's the thing, right? Like I get that. And it's like the drive that I have in other areas. Like, I'm like, why is this is the same dilemma that other people have, like entrepreneurs have.
Yeah. So again, the why is not strong enough, right? If the why is strong, then the how gets easier. How do you engineer a strong why that gets you out of bed? You know, you've probably heard of the 7 why technique. If not, it's basically, why do you want to do this business? Because you want to make 100K. That's lame, but that's fine because it's your basic needs that you need to meet. Why do you need to make 100K? So you will have confidence in your bank account and for the next 3 to 6 months or 12 months living in Bali. Why is that important? Because now you have plans to fly out your mom once a year to come and spend time with you in Bali. Why is that important? Because you want to give her and yourself a good time, and you're not getting any younger. So you want to make sure that you're maximizing and squeezing every juice of life. Why is that important? Because you feel very low and negative thoughts come in when you operate from a low place in your life of scarcity versus abundance. Why is that important? Because when you were growing up, you had a rough childhood and you don't want to ever go back there. Why is that important? Because soon when you get married and have kids, you want to make sure that you become the best father and you don't have to go through all of the pain that you went through. Right?
Yep.
That's a deep why, dude. Does that make sense? So you write down those 7 reasons why. Here's something I learned a long time ago. Very few people do it. If you do it, when I do it very rarely, but if you do it, it will transform your life, guaranteed. Okay. Why? You have to realize the reason why you take a specific action is because of the way your brain is wired. The reason why your brain is wired is because of your past beliefs, habits, rules. I think I got it from either Kerwin Ray or Dr. DeMartini, someone really smart and experienced. What they said is you write down 100 reasons why. Why is this goal important to you? Write down 100 reasons why, and it will physically create new neural networks in your brain. So now when you're talking to someone, you're going to find new opportunities. That's why people that have lost money, they can make it back again. Why? Because they've got these new neural networks that's already inside of their head. Right?
I heard you mention this before, and I actually have a doc on my phone, and it's got I make 5K a day, and there's 100 reasons why I want to make 5K a day. And I've only got to like 25. I was racking my brain, and I was like, fuck, this is crazy, man. Like, this is probably why I'm not making 5K a day.
Because you have no strong reasons why, dude. Right? If you read the book Relentless by Tim Grover, who trained Kobe, Michael Jordan and stuff, he said that all of these guys had a dark side. Right? I could feel tired. I could feel whatever excuse you want to put in, like I don't want to do the work. And then all I have to do is just remember someone in my family that really needs me in about probably 5 years' time. And immediately I will do whatever it takes. No excuses. I'll just get it done. Right? In my mind, it's already done. Right? And I would say these things. It's already done. I just have to go and do it. But it's already done. I want to make 100 million, easy. It's done. I'll be a billionaire before 40. It's done. Whether it happens or not, that's okay as well. Because I'm detached from the end outcome. So what tends to happen is you put too much value on your offers. So when you make an offer and someone says no, you take it too personally.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. And why do you take it too personally? Because you haven't heard the word no. You know, here's a little cool exercise you can do. Find out the last 100 people that opted into your website and give them a call. And just find out more about them, because you're so out of touch with your audience, right? If you have enough conversations with them, then you're going to find out, oh, this is what they're really going through. Hey, man, they don't actually even want a six-pack. All they want to do is lose 10 pounds of fat.
Yeah, they don't want a six-pack. Yeah.
There you go. So in your marketing, you can address that, right? I didn't have a goal to get a six-pack until I'm like, I lost 15 pounds. I'm like, wow, what would another 3 months do? Okay. And then I'm like, oh, that's a goal that excites me and it scares me. And there's a good chance I might not even get it. And that's okay too. I'm still going to show up in the gym. I'm going to still stick with the process. So that's what you got to do, dude.
Would you pay 10 grand though to lose that 15 pounds? Would you?
Yeah. So 2,000 pounds. Let's just say $2,500 a month, right? So let's just say over 4 months, that in itself is 10 grand.
Mm.
Now, if someone said to me, hey man, you don't even have to go to the gym, I'll train you whilst you're at home. Then
that's what I do, my clients.
There you go. See, no one made me that offer. No one made me that offer, dude. Hire his trainer, and then they would be on the iPhone like this, and he would train with it. And I thought, that's what I'm going to do. Literally. That's why, because I like the fact that screw around. So I literally this morning I got the idea, but guess what? No one pitched me that idea. And I follow you. You didn't pitch that to me, did you?
Yeah, I didn't think about that, because I'm like, this is another thing. I want to sell what I want to sell instead of what you want. So I'd be like, no, you don't need that. You just need the knowledge to train by yourself. But you don't want that. You want me there on the video.
Yeah. What did I just do? And I was thinking to myself, is that even effective? The guy just looking at me. Because if I'm doing like star jumps or whatever, like moving my feet around and stuff, right? He's not going to be able to see my feet, and I'm not going to go and change my camera angles for him. And I thought, no, it's just the idea of someone looking at me for 1 hour and I can't slack. So when you come from that, again, it's ego, dude. You got to kill that part of your ego. It's like, oh, I know what's best. No, dude. What's best is what works for the client and what the client wants, right? So you have to sell them what they want and then give them what they need, which is they need to work their ass off in the gym.
Well, I mean, it's largely to do with the nutrition. Like that's most of the results come from that. But yeah.
So again, do you want to be right or do you want to get rich?
Yeah. I want to get rich, bro. That's exactly. So I got
get rid of these.
This is the ego.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with my friend today.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, well, your ego is getting in the way. And I'm aware of that. But I'm not sure to what extent.
No, so the extent is it's making you lose at least $1 million a year. Okay. Because you have the intelligence, the capabilities, and the network. I've seen some of the people that you hang around with or whatever, and you have lots of access to entrepreneurs. So you're losing $1 million a year. The last 10 years, you didn't get this business off the ground. So you've potentially lost $10 million. Hopefully, that should fire you up and be like, hey, I've already lost $10 million. How much more am I going to lose? I need to get my shit together. I need to let go of the ego. Go and read the book, Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday.
So on that
Don't tell me you've read that book.
I haven't read it.
Okay.
Toward the end of last year, I was coaching some guys on social coaching because this is another area that like people see value in. I'm like good at networking. Like I got a good network, right? And I helped 3 guys level up in their network, and one of the guys made more money because he connected with the guy that was already in his network and all this kind of stuff. And that stuff's super easy for me. Like I love doing that. Like that's easy, like social dynamics, all that kind of stuff. And that's another offer I could offer people.
Just include it in as a bonus for your 10K offer.
Really?
Just include that. If guys want to get, say again, this is that where you have to go and do deep research on your avatar, dude. Okay. This is where I would usually like do a hard pitch for you to buy my program, but I'll give you access to the worksheet. I'll give you access to the worksheet because you need to know what are the pains, problems, frustrations, dreams, and desires of your chosen market. So if you're already saying to me, oh yeah, they want to learn social dynamics. Why do people want to lose weight? So they can have more better connections and relationships with people, with themselves and with people. They want to feel better in society. They want to have higher status. You should know all of these things. The fact that you don't know these things means that you have not researched your market properly. Because if someone like me can come in and tell you, this should be your bonus. A bonus should be, hey guys, once you complete the 12-week program and you've lost 30 pounds because I've trained you on how to lose 30 pounds, now you're going to have so much confidence. I'm also going to give you a class on social dynamic mastery. These are the secrets I've used to go from unknown to building a high network of amazing guys and girls in my network. I'm going to give you that class valued at $5,000 for free. That's how you make your offer much more sexy than, oh, I'm going to help you lose weight, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So there's a fitness business coach who keeps pursuing me. And you were talking about how getting around all these high ticket coaches will help me as well. And I just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Because it's all the ego stuff, you know?
Again, dude, where does this ego come from? I know people that are making 100 grand a day. One of my best friends makes over 100 grand a day. He doesn't have that ego. You know, when he launches offers, he literally just finds out what does the market want? And he'll craft any offer that the market is craving for. So it's like this idea that you have to be right or like your idea is so good. You need to drop it, dude. Otherwise, it's going to cost you. You're going to see other people that will start later on than you, and they will crush you and they will kick your butt because you have been, oh, I want to be right. I've seen it, dude. I've seen it even with myself. I know one guy in 2016, they were broke and now they do over 100 million a year. In 2016, I did close to $8 million. Right? But why is it that they're doing $100 million a year and I'm not anywhere near that just yet? You understand what I'm saying? It's because I also had that ego. So I can spot it from a conversation. When I'm having a conversation with someone like you, I can spot it. And I'm telling you, it's not a nice place. So write out all of these stories that you have, dude. And then just tell yourself, hey, from moving on from today onwards, I'm stepping into a new identity. I'm no longer going to be driven by ego. I'm going to be focused on serving the clients and making my money by providing insane amounts of value.
Yeah. What comes up for me when you say that is like I'm also toying with the idea of, well, actually, I'm making an offer for that, like ClickBank. So we have an offer that's going to be on ClickBank. So it's already done. And I'm thinking of making another offer as well for women. And that stuff like gets me excited. Like I'm like, because I know that once I make that offer, all the affiliates promoting and I don't have to do any more work. That's how my head's at. I just want to share that.
I appreciate you sharing that. What I'm going to say is you need to just get to work with more intensity on the right things, dude. You know, and do one thing instead of, the reason why I'm going to end on this, because I got to run now. Ismail, just like you, made over $1 million in his younger days. And then when he lost it, he came to me and he said, I've got 9 different businesses. And I said, how much are those businesses making? He said, 0. Kind of like you. ClickBank offers, high ticket offers, personal brand, influencer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, how much is it making you? Not much. And I said, you have basically 9 different things going on. Every single thing is robbing your focus. And he said, what do I need to do? I said, you need to ditch everything and just do one thing for the next 90 days. And guess what? 90 days later, 30 grand in the last 10 days.
Yeah.
Right? So again, the decision is yours, dude. You can make all these excuses, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, when you look at your bank account and the number is not going up, then whatever you've been doing for that month hasn't translated into you helping anyone, and therefore hasn't translated in you making money. You got it?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, dude. We're going to wrap it up here.
All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No worries. No worries.
Mr. Shaqir Hussyin from funnels.com. Dropping the bombs.
Appreciate it.